Hello dear aspirants. So as we have already done the mindset making for geography, economy, polity, right? And the CSAT part, as I have promised, we'll be doing later. The most important question for us at this point of time is the history part, right? Because it's lengthy. Some aspirants who may have covered the modern history well, but you know, with the help of modern history, we cannot ace this exam. And persons who have skipped everything from the ancient and medieval, they may lose the game. Why? Because we must accept this thing that this UPSC exam is not a exam of knowledge only. It needs some psychological strengths. And psychologically, if you are weak, if you think that by just doing the modern history you can feel good or you can feel comfortable in the exam hall, it will be a bit tough. So as just few hours before, I received a mentoring call from some UPSC aspirant and he asked this question ki, sir, can I skip this ancient and medieval completely? So I thought ki I should come up with a mindset making lecture for you, and whatever the discussion I had done with that aspirant, that is the base for this mindset making video. Thing is, here you have to remember 3 points for this history. In the modern history, you have to optimize your things, and I will say don't exclude the PYQs exercise. That is must, because until unless you do not understand the demand of exam, you will be like feeling ki okay, uh, I have done sufficiently for the preparation purpose, but in the exam hall you won't be able to catch the option. For that you need to have understanding that what the UPSC wishes, what they wants from your side. Let's say if I talk about the modern history, I'll take just one or two examples for you and will try to make you understand that how you should cover this modern history part. Let's say they ask questions from the education wala chapter. There is a education like Britishers, how this education system in India evolved over the period of times. So you may have questions from the 1813, you may have questions from the like Hunter Commission, but when you analyze previous year questions, you will come to know that you cannot remember every provision of those acts, legislations, or any committee recommendations. What max you can do, especially in these education wala chapter acts like constitutional development, right? In those chapters, what you can do, you can try to catch the theme of those, and the theme is for every legislation, for every act, what you need to do is you just analyze different statements given in a PYQ. You will find that after remembering one or two statements from your book and whatever source you are following, believe me, you cannot cover the statement which UPSC asks. So you have to do the mental exercise. That mental exercise is how to eliminate the option or how to suppose some option with my set of information. My set of information cannot be the ocean of knowledge. Believe me, this is not possible practical. So for these chapters especially, what you need to do is you just remember major provisions of those acts or committees recommendations. Try to practice some questions or try to get the idea how you will use your set of information with that. You cannot do anything more than that at this point of time. Now I come to especially on ancient and medieval. This is a like here you may lose the game, you may win the game. The logical reasoning is, if you skip completely, you are going to feel the disaster in the exam hall, because you will feel that you are lagging behind by some aspirants who have prepared and persons who have done a lot. Focus on these words. Aspirants who have done a lot in these ancient and medieval history, they will also lag in those questions which UPSC do the bombarding, right? So in those type of questions we cannot prepare for that. Believe me, what you can do is, you must have a basic information with you from each subtopic of ancient and medieval, right? Don't try to do more exhaustively, no need for it. uh, just right now I had a call that, and I was discussing ki, suppose that they ask a question regarding the fundam and all. Dost, once you listen these questions from someone else mouths, you feel कि यार हाँ यार ये तो कर सकते थे, इसमें ऐसा आइडिया लगा सकते हैं. बट एग्ज़ाम हॉल के अंदर ना, दिस इज़ नॉट पॉसिबल, बिलीव मी. तुक्केबाजी, मास्टरगिरी, दैट इज़ पॉसिबल if you are not serious about this exam. Otherwise, what you need to focus is, from ancient and medieval, just have some basic knowledge from each chapter. Summarize that, do this exercise 10 to 15 minutes daily, comprehend that, and try to solve MCQs over that. Otherwise, you won't be hand over that, and so that you can use your set of information, right? So here what you need to do, now I'm coming on the source part. Source should be no, like if you are following some class notes, some NCRT, that is fair enough. For me, if I suggest you some, like the cooked material, and that may be Ghatna Chakra is a publication, so you can go for Hindi medium or English medium. Ghatna Chakra. For history, there is a book. It contains some objective questions, PYQs from PCS as well as UPSC. So at this point of time, what we can do is, we need to have a glance over the summary. Let's say you want to do Harappan civilization. So you need to have a glance over the summary given on the page 1 of each chapter. You will come to know कि okay yaar, these are some fixed things around which the questions revolve in the UPSC or in the state PSCs. The same thing you can do for the literature. It may create huge trouble for you कि यार कितने books हैं, how many writers I can. No dear, there is a list, at least like I can say 25 to 28. If you remember that list, you can ace over this exam, believe me. If you talking about South India, you will have a comprehensive set of information. What you need to do is, you just need to revise that information daily, just for 5 minutes. So in this way you can cop up that nothing is left in the exam hall. You don't feel the incompleteness in you. You don't feel that others are doing well but I am not able to do. Bas the psychological strength is this. Next, the extraplanetary questions, especially in history, दोस्त कोई नहीं कर पाएगा तो अपन को भी नहीं करना है करके, right? No need to attempt 100 questions here. If you are attempting 50 to 55, you are in. So don't think about making your name in the Guinness record. Okay, just focus on qualifying the prelims, and this is the strategy which if you follow, you can do it. So this game is more of psychology now. Although I was out of station and busy with some my project, and just I thought over the call with that aspirant I should talk to others, because everyone feeling the same at this point of time. So what is the crux of this talk? The crux is modern history. Whatever you have done, please analyze PYQs and try to get with your set of information how you can get the correct answer. Don't try to increase your information. Please note it down. I am repeating my words. Don't try to increase your information at this point of time. Clear? Second point, for ancient and medieval, you must have a basic understanding. For basic understanding, you must have a feeling that in a particular chapter or in a particular subtopic, what are those dimensions in which I can feel this topic, so that easy questions from that ancient and medieval are not left by you, because all other aspirants will be doing those correctly. Third and most important point, those extraplanetary questions in UPSC, you will see in every year they ask some 2-3 questions like this. So for those questions, what you need to do is you need to use your practice, and that practice will start from today itself. That with your set of information, how you can suppose or eliminate some option. I'm not going for elimination techniques. You are getting my point? So thing is, dear, these are some 2-3 major points in this history. Don't feel burden over this. Don't try to get the feeling of completeness here. It will never come, believe me. So जैसा है उसके साथ में खुश रहना है. खुश रहेंगे, you will be more productive, dear. फेयर. तो हिस्ट्री के बारे में ये है. बाकी रेस्ट इफ़ यू विश टू हैव कि सर वो समरी मुझे चाहिए, या किस समरी पे, या एंशियंट के रिगार्डिंग सपोज दैट यू वांट कि सर आई वांट मोर सम क्लैरिफिकेशन ओवर दैट, then my number is 9971030052. You can call me over that number. It will surely help you. I will discuss that thing with you. And the next is, if you want to solve those questions, you should have Ghatna Chakra, right? And more importantly, if you don't have time to call, if you don't have time to read the Ghatna Chakra, I have written questions over the Quora profile, Upendra Singh. You can go through those questions. I will also share the link in the description. So this is the history part from my side, mindset making for you guys. Hope you will do good. If you will feel the completeness here, completeness in my sense, not in absolute sense. Okay. So yes, this was the message from my side. Hope you will enjoy. Good luck.